The mass firings are continuing as modern women can't seem to shut up about Charlie Kirk. They played the stupid game and unemployment was their stupid prize. We've got a good one for you here today from Yinka, that guy, titled People Getting Fired for Mocking Charlie Kirk. Let's jump into it.
Saying that Charlie Kirk deserved it because he had bad rhetoric and he was so mean and he made me feel sad. Can you please do humanity a favor and just shut up already? Do you get tired of crying and whining over words? Words!
You know, for someone whining that words are just words, you seem awfully triggered by ours. And that's the funny thing about words. They matter. Yours defend a man who spent his entire career weaponizing rhetoric, and ours clearly got under your skin.
There is not a single thing in that sentence that even resembles the truth. That woman clearly wasn't triggered. She was just sick of the victimhood some of these people feel entitled to have. People are getting more and more sick of it by the day.
If Charlie Kirk's words were just words, why did they have real-world consequences? He spent years attacking DEI, and now we've got companies like Target rolling back diversity programs because of pressure campaigns fueled by rhetoric exactly like his. It's almost like words become actions. This is how influence works. Jim Jones didn't lead 900 people to drink cyanide because he was quiet. I promise you, Hitler didn't rise to power on hugs. Hate crimes don't just happen. They are born from words that make hate feel justified.
It boggles the mind how a man challenging college students to debate can also somehow be responsible for not canceling DEI programs for large retailers, but also the rise of the Third Reich. These people have no idea how the world works.
So no, his words were not harmless and yours aren't either, and the fact that ours got you this worked up proves the point you're too scared to face.
A few moments later.
I got fired from my job today because someone publicly doxed me, and it was so bad that even my coworkers were getting harassed just for answering the phone. And I know I'll be okay, but I just posted a GoFundMe like 20 minutes ago, and it's already over $4,000.
$4,000 from a GoFundMe campaign because she got fired for comparing Charlie Kirk to the bad guys of World War II. It is insane how these idiots are able to get cash rewards for some of the most insane behavior imaginable.
And I just can't express enough gratitude for my community. And I'm not going to let this silence me, and I don't know what you MAGA losers thought you were going to get from giving me nothing but more time on my hands. But I love everyone simply for your support, and if you contributed to my GoFundMe, thank you so much. I am so grateful, you have no idea.
She's bragging about how much financial support she got, but no matter how much money she gets, she's going to waste it away anyway in less than a month before returning to TikTok to beg some more.
I just got fired without warning. I found out because I couldn't log on to Slack or Outlook, so that was really fun. I don't know who needs to hear this, but your boss is not your friend, ever. And you're not safe at your job, so you should cultivate backup options at all times because capitalism sucks and you're not safe, unfortunately. And I'm gonna be fine, but a lot of people in my position wouldn't be fine. So I just want this to be a warning to whoever's out there and is getting cozy at their job. Don't.
Women like this have no problem blaming their bosses, their companies, and capitalism instead of accepting that not everything they talk about needs to be posted online. That's not capitalism's fault, it's her lack of self-control.
Governor Abbott just announced that over 100 teachers in Texas who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death, they are being fired. Their teaching certificate is being revoked by the state. And here's the thing. Texas doesn't issue licenses for teaching. We issue certificates. And anyone who celebrates death, left or right, should never, ever be allowed to be around children or young, vulnerable minds.
Any school teacher who wastes their students' time by celebrating the passing of an innocent mind deserves to get fired and barred from ever teaching again. Those children should be learning how to read, not political rhetoric.
So, and let's be clear about something. They're not being fired for their freedom of speech. They're being fired for their despicable, repulsive behavior. Because anyone that celebrates death, there is something mentally wrong with you. There is something wrong with your heart. So way to go.
One of the sad things is how little those teachers care about the children that they're responsible for. They use the classroom time to talk about themselves or about subjects that have no business being in the classroom, by the way, so good riddance.
Oh, he just had political opinions. Nobody deserves to die for that. He was just saying words. He never actually hurt anybody. You have no fucking clue what it's like to be a political minority in this country. You have no idea. Because people like Charlie Kirk can get up on a stage and say things like trans people are degenerates and trans people don't deserve to be allowed to exist in public spaces. They should have to hide.
These people are so bored and directionless that they will find any excuse they can to try and feel like they are oppressed. Every single word that has been said is overdramatic and being used to justify the literal ending of an innocent man's life.
They shouldn't be allowed to transition at all. And then people like Jesse Waters then continues to parrot stuff like that and then say things like, actually, they deserve to be thrown into like mental asylums. They deserve lethal injections against their will. Words like that then trickle down to actual fucking policy. And then suddenly, the American government is trying to ban me from having a Second Amendment right because I am transgender. You have no idea what being a minority is like in this country. No fucking clue. And if you think all Charlie Kirk did was say words and never harmed anyone, then you can't see the harm because you're too blind to it. Anyways, I'm going to a fucking barbecue to celebrate.
Literally none of what they said was true. There is no proof to back up any of those absurd claims. They just say these things because they need the spotlight to be on them at pretty much all times.
Charlie Kirk has already been replaced by some Catholic conservative man. And this Catholic conservative man is coming to my campus. And I just want to say this because we have a turning point at my campus, and they had already rumored that they were trying to get Charlie Kirk to come to our campus, so they might be the reason why we're on the tour for this one as a replacement date for Charlie Kirk. I never saw anything official if he was actually supposed to come.
Well, the solution is simple. If you don't like the speaker that's going to be at an event, then just don't go to the event. Do literally anything else. Like, what are these people thinking?
But it was before they were saying that before he went to Utah. So I don't know for sure on that one, but I do know is that his replacement is coming here. So I feel like personally after the events, I don't think anybody should really be doing anything political on a campus or really anywhere, just for like safety reasons, because it seems unsafe.
She's suggesting that all political events stop happening because it's unsafe. That has just got to be one of the dumbest arguments ever. You don't stifle people's right to speak their minds just because feelings get hurt.
I mean, they say that they captured the shooter, but you don't know. There could be, there's a word for it, but people who are inspired by other killers. We don't know. We don't know. This is why we shouldn't be doing this. If we want to value the safety of our students and staff and everybody here and everybody else's lives, I don't think it's smart to be doing it. But I don't have that say. I'm just a student, apparently. I mean, I can email the dean and be like, hey, this seems like not a good time to be doing this. So are we still doing this on our campus? Nothing's going to happen. They're still probably going to do it anyway.
She clearly doesn't care about the safety of her classmates. She only cares about canceling any events that disagree with her absurd political beliefs, and she's using the tragedy as an excuse to cancel it.
Charlie Kirk was not your everyday 31-year-old. Charlie Kirk was a platformed Yahtzee worth $12 million. How did he get that $12 million, you ask? By platforming overt Yahtzee rhetoric. Play Yahtzee games, win Yahtzee prizes. When you build a platform off of supporting a carceral and militarized society, what the fuck do you expect?
It's come to the point where if you disagree with somebody, that automatically makes them the bad guys from World War II. Even though they clearly don't know anything about history, they just use that for anybody they don't like. So that's a little extreme in my opinion.
When you build a platform having zero sympathy for the victims of the colonial projects, militarized terror, what the fuck do you expect? The globalized struggle caused by what Charlie Kirk supported is now taking place all over the planet.
It's rather ironic how she talks about how one side has no empathy when she has absolutely zero sympathy for Charlie, his family, or anybody who disagrees with her. She doesn't even have sympathy for any of the causes that she's talking about.
Whether that's in the form of climate crisis, mass disablement of C-19, or the global uprisings, like in the form of Nepal and Indonesia, and those of us who are choosing to speak out against the ongoing genocide of Sudanese, Congolese, and Palestinian folks. This is not a coincidence. This is a righteous discontent and response to systemic terrorism and normalized violence.
He clearly has no idea what those words mean. She has this assumption that the people who disagree with her are all violent psychos, but has to cite atrocities that are on the other side of the planet as if that has anything to do with the subject at hand.
And if you don't understand the difference between righteous response to systemic violence and violence itself, you need to shut the fuck up right now.
5 minutes later.
All the neo-Nazis are gonna love this one. I just got out of an impromptu meeting with the vice president of Western Governors University, scheduled on my calendar 10 minutes after I arrived back from my midday break. No one else was scheduled on the meeting, besides Casey Clark, the vice president of Western Governors University. But then the HR representative showed up first, and we both sat there, and knowing that she's worked at the university for about a month. And then he showed up, and I said, it would have been great if we met each other under different circumstances, Casey. And he said, yeah, I'm gonna fire you.
These women have no grasp of the concept of consequences. You can't say such hateful crap and then expect your employers to just magically have your backs as you make them look bad. They are your employers, not your friends.
Basically. And he said that even though Ohio is a one-party consent state, and I only showed the part of the conversation where I spoke during the prior meeting, that breached the policy for the university, which, if you ask me, sounds like illegal retaliation for calling out the president, Scott D. Pulsifer, for neo-Nazi sympathizing with Charlie Kirk. But I would love a pro bono lawyer to verify whether or not that's correct.
It's funny how she mentions how she wants to go get a pro bono lawyer to tell her whether or not she has grounds for suing her old employer. It makes sense, right? Since she lost her job, a pro bono lawyer is all she can really afford.
And then he said, I celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. If me calling out who Charlie Kirk was, which was someone with neo-Nazi beliefs and statements, is celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, then so be it. Because that's who the fuck he was. He was a neo-Nazi. And any organization that would fire me for calling a neo-Nazi is not an organization I want to work at. Now all WGU students, faculty, and staff will know that the president and vice president are both neo-Nazi sympathizers.
Words don't have any meaning anymore, it seems. There was a time when you only used that word to describe extreme examples, but nowadays it's used pretty much for everything, and the word is pretty much redundant.
Episode 1 of Let's Make These People Famous for what they have said about the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. Because it doesn't matter what political party you are on, no child and wife should have to grow up without a father and watch their father be unalived like that on the internet for the rest of their life. Starting off strong with this one here on TikTok that posted a video and has since been taken down, but this is still up on his story. This is him right now here, Vic Melter. And he posted a video chanting, "We got Charlie in the neck."
It's rather disturbing how people were celebrating this so passionately. There was no solidarity, no coming together to show respect, just pure hate and the celebration of an innocent life taken.
I'm not going to post it because it is very inappropriate and TikTok will probably take it down, so I'll post it over on my FB. But now let's go to person number 2. This is Kristen Eve. She is an elementary school teacher, as you can see from the background. A pre-K teacher, to be exact. And she posted this right here. I'll let you pause to read, but it says, "He was a garbage human. I won't mourn him for 1 second." Pause to read the rest of it. This is Ashley Creekbaum. She is a New Orleans firefighter. She said, "I think he should be forced to carry that in his body, the has a right to be there because it's a gift from God.
These people are not right in the head. You have to be an incredibly hateful person to think that posting that kind of crap on Facebook is somehow normal. There's nothing normal about it. It's messed up.
This is Samantha Margino, and she posted a video, and she is actually a school teacher as well, a special education teacher from this school right here. And here's the video she posted. Make sure you follow for part 2 because these are going to keep coming.
There is no excuse for that kind of behavior, and the people who actually participated in these celebrations have nobody to blame but themselves when they are forced to face the consequences of their actions.
I made a video a couple hours ago that was like, oh my god, something's in the air, like the energy feels weird, is it just me? I just got fired. I just got a call from my boss and the executives at the office that I worked at past tense, and I got fired for posting a TikTok about Charlie Kirk.
It's unsettling how she's smiling and laughing about getting fired. This isn't something to be laughing about, but she's acting like losing her job for celebrating what happened is no big deal.
And before anyone asks, yes, I am looking up attorneys. I will be looking into what kind of leg I have to stand on as far as like a wrongful termination suit or anything like that. But honestly, I feel like I feel good. I'll do a full story time soon and probably like a little get ready with me to go pick up my stuff from security tomorrow. But like ultimately, I'm like kind of excited. Maybe it's like my big 3 all being fire signs that make me really excited when shit like this happens. I'm like, yes.
She got excited because a man she didn't know got murdered, she lost her job, and she's thinking that something even better is coming her way. These people make no sense at all.
Give me a challenge, fuck you. So my new full-time job is going to be applying for jobs and looking for attorneys and cleaning my house and doing my homework and posting on the internet. You know, the thing that got me fired.
She knows that posting crap on the internet is what got her into this mess in the first place, but she's proudly saying that she's going to keep posting while looking for work. That is not a smart plan. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.